I hate to not wait just a second and see if we can pick them back up.
Okay, let's try to wait a second then.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry, the backups for all the computers here in the office kicked in right at 6 o'clock, so it caused a huge bandwidth issue and it crashed everything. So
Didn't anticipate that, did you?
no, I did not. I thought they had them set for later. I yelled at Merritt, had them stopped.
Did y'all hear Andy?
Yes.
No.
Okay. He said that they had a routine every night. The server does a backup. He thought it came later, and he said, but when it hit, it threw him off. So he's trying to get back on since the automatic backup kicked him off.
Yeah, they've stopped the backups. Let's see, 'cause we've been hitching all night. So gotta use Amanda's eyes now. Send Amanda the link. She's gonna update it on the.
Mr. Kerr, I did get typo corrected from Tuesday. Mr. Kerr? Okay, Mr. Kerr?
You're back live on the,
Yes,
Okay.
we are. There we go. We are back.
Okay, we're back live. All right,
Yep.
we'll continue on then. We're okay, Andy?
We stopped momentarily when we got that alert that we had gone offline. So we stopped, and Dr. Satterfield, you were just talking about the present budget includes and those items there.
It includes a 2.5% raise for non-certified positions. That's contingent upon county commission approval down the road. There is also a 2% raise for all certified positions, and that is contingent upon state DEP funding before the legislature closed for COVID-19. I think Governor, but I understand that it might be revisited when the legislature opens, hopefully in June. It also represents a 7% increase to health insurance. About that, our preliminary information tells us insurance will go up somewhere between 6 and 7. At this point in time, we have to estimate on the high side. There's $200,000 set aside for capital outlay, and we talked about that list the other day. We always put in $95,000 for a bus. We buy a bus every year. And then, Mr. Kerr, if you notice that I got that typo corrected, it's $11,000 for a mower or any type of emergency piece of equipment that we might have to buy. $50,000. I did tell you that that's the worst case scenario. We think that our revenues are going to come in from BEP and certainly raise that, and there's money to roll over this budget that will help that. So that's where we are right now. Hopefully we'll have more numbers for you and have a better, harder budget for you next month. But Madam Chairman, that's all we have right now.
Okay, we are looking to have a motion then on to approve our FY21 preliminary 141 general purpose school budget.
Is that Mr.
Crook seconded.
Mr. Crook seconded it.
Okay.
All right, and then a roll call of Jackson.
Yes.
Crook.
Yeah.
Mr. Kerr.
Yes.
Ms. McGowan.
Yes.
And Waller, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is the middle school group bid.
And I think I'll just talk about it just a little bit, and then we've got John, our architect with Cope Architects here, and that's A-Alert Roofing. This is also the same company that provided us an estimate in June, and you can read that there yourself, but I'll let that you may have. John, you want to take it from here?
Thank you, Dr. Satterfield. It's a pleasure to be with y'all tonight. I had some problems with my laptop connection on that, so I'm with you on my phone, but I'm here at the house in my study. The pre-bid, let me back up a little bit. The pre-bid was mandatory. Before the pre-bid meeting, we issued drawings, or just organizations that provide access to documents and projects all over the United States. The contractors can access those drawings to help prepare their bid. We issued the documents to 4 of them, and I went back and looked today, contacted 4 roofing contractors, and one of them was Alert Roofing, who provided the budget almost a year ago, and also bid on the project. I've got Brandon and Stephen with Alert. They're on the call if you guys want to say hello.
How y'all doing?
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
So we kind of in this bid market, especially now that as everybody was 3 or 4 months ago, and now you add in what this virus and being sheltered in place has done to the economy. After contacting the 4 bidders, mandatory pre-bid meeting for the contractors to come, look at the job site, inspect it, ask questions, look at the documents, and see firsthand where they're going to be working was the best course of action. Of those 4 bid plans and were registered bidders only to the pre-bid, and that was Alert. Brandon again was there at the meeting. So we opened the bids today. That budget a year ago was $830,000. I sent Dr. Satterfield a completed bid tabulation. I took the information that we got today from the bid opening, and I put it in a.
Turn your head sideways, I think you can see it. I can't like spin it.
There were several items from that budget that weren't included in the final documents, and some of that, I'm not going to go over all of it, but some of it was demolition, and the biggest majority of that was there's some fans and rooftop units and HVAC equipment, gas lines, those type of mechanical plumbing vents that weren't folded into that budget at the time. We're going to keep those in the attic space. So there was more work in the final design. Just the way things happen sometimes. But with that said, the bid today was $989,783, and the length of the contract was set at 200 days for completion, which is a little over 6 months. Now, within that $989,783 number of the bid, asked the contractor to $1,000 in contingency, and that brings, so if you compare apples to apples, if you take the contingency out, the bid would have been $890,804, which is 7% more than what that budget was last summer. So I feel like it's a very competitive bid. I feel like it's a very honest bid, especially with the final design. We made the contractor responsible for all the mechanical units that needed to be extended, the plumbing vents, the gas lines, and all of that equipment that's up on the roof. We made the contractor responsible for coordinating that and moving that equipment as required in the final design. So we do have the fire marshal approval, and we did receive that in time. And also I sent documents to the local code official there, Mr. Edwards, Sam Edwards. And I don't have anything official the afternoon, and he had no comments regarding the project. As reminded to have the contractor come by his office and pick up a building permit before they got started. Keeps as a reward for finishing the project. That's only if we discuss it And some examples of that might be some rusted metal deck where the existing structure of the metal structure of the roof. So into places where that's rusted or deteriorated and maybe to replace some of that. We'll use some of that contingency money to take care of those issues. So having said all of that, I would recommend that the bid be approved and move forward to the county commission for their approval.
All right. Any questions with us tonight?
Brandon or Stephen, did I cover everything? Did I leave?
I can't think of anything. I think.
All right. With no.
Madam Chair, Madam
Have
Chairman,
a question from the board?
Madam Chairman, I'd just like to ask, is the Galvaloon roof covered? Is that it?
Yes, it's going to be a galvanized roof, and it won't be the roof panels themselves will not be painted, but most of them won't be visible from the ground. Your trim and wall panels and so forth will be finished with a Kynar painted finish of y'all's choice. The color being of y'all's choice.
Right. And I've also give you a color choice chart within your document, school board. You have that with you as well.
Yeah. Stephen or Brandon, there's those possible colors, but in the standard colors, there's roughly 20 different colors, standard choices.
Colors, right? Yeah, I'd say we're 15 to 20 there. Typical browns and tans and whites and so. Yeah, if you really want to get go blue. every color you can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do blue in trousers. Thank you very much. We appreciate y'all.
A charge for those colors, but there's in the standard, there's a lot of variety in there. If you choose whatever you choose, I think you can find something in there. The roof panels themselves will be the Galvaloon mill finished.
It's similar to this color here, isn't it, Brandon? The Galvaloon?
That's polar white, so that's a white color. The Galvaloon isn't shown on here. Galvaloon is just a mill finish. When you look at a metal roof and it looks silver, that's Galvaloon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of that's a good way to describe it. It's not a silver color.
Okay, are there any other questions? Any board?
No, Madam Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion that we send this bid to the county court for their approval, since moving forward with it is dependent upon their funding.
Yes, sir. Mr. Kerr makes
I'll second.
Mr. Crook, I heard you first there. Thank you for
Yes.
Waller. Yes.
Madam Chairman, who,
Hopefully, one good thing about this is there's no school the rest of the year. Maybe we can get started earlier on it once the county court provides funding.
Yes.
That's the silver lining. That could be the only silver lining to this whole ordeal.
what does A-Alert have to say to that?
We would love to be able to start as soon as possible. We'll have to look at our scheduling once it goes through, but we're just as anxious as you are.
Good.
So I believe there are two commissions, and pending that final approval, we'll work to get the contract issued before drafted and ready to go. And as soon as they approve on that meeting, I'll forward time down to a time frame. It usually takes them a little bit to get the bonds and insurance that had good relations with their bonding company could call and ask for a bonds and insurance. But we'll go ahead and get that done as quickly as possible. Contractor will do shop drawings and they'll submit those for review. As soon as we approve that, they'll go ahead and order materials. So it won't be approve it on Monday night and they show up on Tuesday morning kind of thing. But we'll get some of that paperwork done just as quickly as possible.
I have also been contacted that we are offline again.
Two.
Make sure they are on
TC.
TC meeting.
It's very glitchy. There's something with, I have a
Thank you,
bandwidth
sir,
issue.
for joining us.
We look forward to the next set of approvals.
We look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Us too. Have a good evening.
Brandon,
Thank you.
Brandon and
Yes, thank you very
So much,
much.
everybody. Thank you for the opportunity.
Take care, Brandon. Thank y'all.
Thank you, John. John County as well. We appreciate you joining us.
I'm glad to. I would have been there in person, but Clint said y'all were doing this remotely and closed meeting to the public there at the building. So I thought this was probably the best option.
Perfect. Worked out perfect. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we will move on then. If we're ready to join us on, I'm looking at the number there. Is that 5C?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this a TSBA
Yes, ma'am.
recommendation?
they
Tennessee School
drafted
Board
it.
Association?
That's right. They drafted the no grade lower than the grade they earned in the course as of March the 11th and placed on port cards and sent to Penmark. Dickerson, would you like to speak to that?
Yes. We have a plan in place. Like he said, the grades were frozen with the third 9 weeks, so 75% of their grades were in. No student can go lower than what they are now, but my teachers are reaching out to those that are close, that maybe could send in some work and work individually with that. Our seniors are great. Everybody's ready to graduate, from what I understand.
You know, going into the graduation requirements that Ms. Dickerson just talked about, lowered the credits to 20. And they also waived if a senior doesn't have an ACT, that's a graduation requirement, or they don't have to have the civics exam or any end of course exams.
Well, I'd like to add all of ours have had the ACT, every senior
I thought you said you had a few.
in this year.
Awesome. Good deal. Good deal. And then lastly, a major key point of this is attendance. This is good for our listening audience, is students may not be penalized for non-attendance pay in distance learning. So those are the key.
I'll second. Second by Ms. Jackson. We will roll call. And Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Crook?
Yes.
I'll second. Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
We will roll call. Ms. McGowan?
Yes.
And
Board meeting on behind them.
will this be posted?
We are having a high school graduation. Those seniors of the year 2020 deserve a graduation, just like all the other classes that have gone through. It may look different, and if it does look different, then we want to make it special. And I've had teachers that have been giving me ideas. I don't make sole decisions at our school. We have an administrative team that I think has a good idea and couldn't let people in. But we measured, and even in the auditorium, I couldn't keep the chairs 6 feet apart. So Ms. Stricker suggested we use it for the football field. And we put the seniors down on the field, and we can do the spacing that way. And we could mark off the bleachers on the home side. And so at this point in time, this will be the legal date they graduate. That will be the date on their diploma, no matter what we decide, because they will have completed the requirements. And we send out transcripts to colleges on the Monday after graduation. So the ceremony can take place later, or it can take place on the 22nd, but we're going to make it special, and we're taking ideas and listening now. I have to have Dr. Satterfield and board approval of any date that we come up with, and of course you have to talk.
Big thing is what can we do, you know, and at what time, because everything is so up in the air. And Dr. Satterfield, did I understand you to say though that they had canceled school for the rest of the year, that we would not be able to do it on that 22nd, since it would be a school day.
Well, I definitely think that's something to consider is, May the 22nd is a school calendar day. It's the last day of school. And the governor has advised or recommended to school in this school calendar year. So we may be splitting hairs. We set the board, we all set the school calendar in December of each year, the year prior. To be May the 22nd, unless the board decides to do differently. However, the governor has said that schools should remain closed through the school year. So the 22nd is within the school year. I've looked up this afternoon at what some area people are doing. What I could find is Wilson County has postponed until further notice. Rutherford County said that they will reschedule at a later time during the summer. Williamson County is undecided, and some has set a date or dates for different schools. Would be equivalent for us on a Friday would be June the 26th.
He leaves them with my office and they could be, and I'm open to dates. Look, my summer's wide open. I just want to have graduation for these seniors.
Maybe to come up with a couple of dates that might work. And as far as that goes, Ms. Dickerson, you haven't been